It's time to become the hope that too many lack. Step through the ropes, souls under attack. Constant tactical yakking to distract us from action, misdirect our love and our passion. Hatred or compassion, losing our traction, truth or belief in retrospective redactions. It's all so inaccurate, I'm not having the half of it, subtract the division, new transaction. I am is the one who divides the line between the unworthy and the divine. Be wary of judgment, for your mind is confined, better not to condemn, but seek to refine. Build up thy insight to conceive the design, know thy true enemy, know thy own sign. They want your will resigned to decline, so protect your heart and polish your shrine. This is not a joke, this is not a game, this is your awareness of your eternal aim. The devil fills this world with trauma and pain to make you give up, lie down and be tame. Injects you with vanity deep into your veins to love your gilded yoke and gem-studded reins. Heed my words or you will be made lame. What's normal on earth is elsewhere insane. Creation after creation, warning after warning. Still you ignore the dangers of conforming. If you allow others to define your new normal, you trust sordid snakes to open your portal. These beasts are not weak, their souls are immortal. We've been their prey since time immemorial. Who among you is ready to hear the whole story? Are you willing to train to embody God's glory?
My people of this world have been deceived into praying to the evil that exists. Now once and for all, I break any curse, hex, voodoo, anything off this photo. The Vatican, do they hold all the bodies of the prophets? Have demons been created by humans? Before religion came spirituality. Throughout time, there has been those who wish to control this world, eliminating and killing those who tried preaching the real ways of this world. The Essenes, also known as the Watchers, came just as I am. They taught that through the ways of the apotheosis and the process of ascension, a person could reach God levels. As time has gone by, people figured out the truth and decided it would be better to alter the old ways, hiding and binding these energies. The Romans, how many lives did they take to bring in the ways of being a Catholic? I ask, if these were the ways of God, why kill and hide all evidence? How many did the conquistadors kill to bring in the ways of Christianity? If Christianity was the way, then why kill? Greed has always been a problem in this world, and this must change. In today's world, the elites are changing your world, controlling your world, keeping you away from God. My people, you are worshiping the evil that exists. For the evil that you have been taught is incorrect.
The Book of Enoch describes Mount Hermon as the place where Shemyaza taught humans about magic and medicine. Other powerful angels passed on knowledge of metallurgy, weapons, astrology, science, and even warfare.
The Watchers delivered to humanity the forbidden knowledge of God. All the stories in ancient cultures, cross-cultural, had these tales of beings that would deliver the forbidden knowledge of the gods to humans, and they were all condemned for it.
The Watchers, through Shemyaza, give us extraordinary tools which make our lives much, much better on Earth. So is Shemyaza really a bad guy, or did he in fact liberate humans from ignorance? And if Shemyaza actually is the forerunner of Satan, has Satan actually been misrepresented all of these years?
Is it possible that Shemyaza and the other Watchers were extraterrestrial beings that gave humanity the foundations for civilization? Then if so, how did Satan come to be so misunderstood and misinterpreted by history?
If we equal Shemyaza and Satan, what we're confronted with here is a larger framework which basically tells us that Shemyaza, Satan, were here to civilize us. The Watchers were civilizing deities. They basically helped us to develop our skills of civilization. And so what we're confronted with here is basically the conclusion that civilization, the way we know it, is not something divine, but is literally satanic. It was Satan who gave us the tools of civilization.
I once was told to pay the Dark Lord to win. What did that mean? Why did heaven send demons to fight me? Satan, I have stood in front of him. He is not what we, the people, have been taught. At one point, I actually went to a church and spoke with a priest. I asked one question. If a person lives their life molesting children and later in life they find Jesus Christ, will this person be forgiven? His response was yes, he will go to heaven. It was at that point I lectured him. There is no forgiveness for these type of acts. A person must reach a 9 throughout their life in order to go up, in order to go home to the pure house, because this is your home. It is for the reason of people being taught forgiveness is real, that in this world there is so much chaos and killings, and for this, the deceivement of this world, I have hung Jesus on a tree, surrounded by fire. This video I posted last year, and for the deceivement of heaven, I have pulled him down, for heaven is not a place you go to. Heaven was a man, the unknown ruler of Iran. Now he is no more. This demigod heaven, is this the real evil? religion, you will never find knowledge. Through spirituality, you will connect with your ancestors. You will learn all about energy, and you will know God. Who then would mislead you? Who then would mislead your children? Who then would alter and take control of your world? It is freedom you and your future generations will have. All around this world, your ancestors have left signs and symbols. When you look at the symbols of snakes, serpents, or dragons, I have used them. I am able to control them, pulling energies of the universe, using the serpents to see other places of the universe, using the serpents to pull this demigod out.
Moment that we are seeking to discover the axis or the central theme of the Atlantean culture. What was the great religious symbol among the Atlanteans? To them, the serpent was the symbol of God. Irish people claim that the first teachers of their race came not from the east, from Europe, but from the west, and that ancient robed priests came out of the ocean on the west coast of Ireland. The symbols always of the ancient initiate kings, the symbols of the secret masters of magic in ancient times. And it is believed that by this, the Druids, who received it also, and used it twisted as a serpent symbol around the Orphic egg, that among these ancient peoples, this symbol had to do with the magnetic field of the earth. To them, the serpent was the symbol of pure light. To them, it was also the symbol of energy and of power, and the control of power and the directing of energy seems to have had something to do with the rising wisdom of the old Atlantean savants or priests. That the Atlantic continent was composed of 7 principal islands, over which ruled 7 princes. We have already learned of the 7 heads of Rabban, king of Lanka, the Indian Atlantis. We have also constant reference to this peculiar septenary, the septenary of creating gods at the dawn of things. And we have the 7-headed Naga. We have the mysterious symbol, which many have firm conviction must have originally represented deity in the ancient Atlantean rites. We also know that this serpent appears wherever we have the motion of the so-called Atlantean or Mongolian culture. We have the mysterious serpents of Gobi. We have the serpent in the symbolism of Tibet and China. We have the serpent gradually metamorphosed into the 5-clawed dragon, the imperial symbol. We know that the dragon lore and the dragon symbol came more and more to be associated with the magician and the sorcerer. We also have the mysterious serpents of Latin America. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, was a good deity, not an evil one. And we have it among the Zunis and the Hopis, and even among the Navajo peoples. These symbolisms of the serpent we have generally associated with the serpent of evil, but even in the Bible we are told, "Be ye wise as serpents and as harmless as doves." The peoples came from elsewhere, that they came with leaders who had led them from some previous location, that these leaders were responsible for the establishment of higher orders of culture in primitive areas. Thus, the natural or aboriginal peoples of these areas all insist that their cultures began with the advent of divine beings who came from remote places from a long distance, from other lands. These remote beings did not resemble the people to whom they came. They wore different clothing. They spoke a different language. But in each case, they brought ideas. And from these ideas, the cultures of these local groups derived their impulse and their inspiration. There are evidences of the survival of Atlantean peoples, vestiges of peoples who have, for one reason or another, remained completely separate, have held on to their traditions, have regarded themselves as dedicated to a sacred destiny.
Have I used the sea serpent to pull the energies of the sun up? And now, I will leave you with this. In the past, I lived a life as Triton. Is that correct? When I die, where will I go?